Welcome to online class. Today's topic is video editing. Video editing is in the process of engineering moves images to produce material based on an approved script and storyboard. This process mainly includes selection of visual materials, movements, simulations, and audio-video mixing. It's in simple terms, video editing is nothing but arranging of the clips and making into one sequence. Especially in video editing, we should match of synchronize of audio and video visuals, add on of graphics, text, animations, and rendering into a clip with exported formats like MP4 and required formats. In video editing, we use of multimedia usages like Photoshop, 3D, Maya 3D models, and creation of backgrounds, graphics, text, with some other plugins. Plugins also we use in video editing. Video editing is primarily used to structure and present all the video information required in films, live broadcasts, TVs, social media platforms, digital ads, transit ads, corporate AVPs, and animated videos. Especially multimedia usages like Photoshop is mainly used in video editing to add on of creation of graphics, images, text has been imported into a video software. There are two types of cuts, that are linear cuts and standard cuts. In standard cuts, and there are many different types like non-linear transactions, nothing but adding of special effects like zoom in, zoom out, cut, dissolve, or something like that. There are many transactions has been added. Montages in every program, in beginning of the program we put and montages like text or highlights is called as a montage. Jump cuts, it's in shortcut they called as a J cut. This cuts is similarly different, like audio it begins first and visual comes next, like this have been cutted into a jump cuts. Match cuts it's sequence matches from one sequence to another sequence without a jerk. We cut into, it's called as a match cuts. Quick cuts have been a fraction of seconds with eye blinks. They cut a combination of two or three shots in a fraction of seconds is called as a quick cuts. Cut into an action cuts. It's a special effect, especially if someone is passing from one place to another. Using that, we add into an action cut, and it's an kind of an transactions. Zero cuts it's nothing but end to end cuts, and there are many types like parallel editing, graphic match, movements match, and sound match, and color gradings. There been many transactions cuts have been used in video editing. Tools are used in present tense are Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe After Effects, and Final Cut Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro is in a basically everyone using for video editing like films, film editing, short film editings, and many more. Everyone, it's an user friendly. Everyone is using right now is an Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe After Effects they use for animation purposes like creating of virtual backgrounds, animation of text, special effects, and creating like 3D modules. Been 2D, especially Adobe After Effects is specialized in animating and videos for 2D purposes. For Mac, they use Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is one of the wonderful tool that has been using in present trends. Is especially for film industry, it's a great breakthrough that Final Cut Pro helps to color grading and adding of special effects and many more they have been doing in Final Cut Pro. In present trends in films, they use FCP, and also in televisions they use FCP. It's an Final Cut Pro. It's only supports in Mac systems. What are the basic steps in video editing? There are simple and basic steps like assembling, rough cutting, online edit, preview, revision, and release. In the assembling section, we're going to see we should assemble the clip according to a storyboard. We should follow the guideline of the script. We should match the script with appropriate visuals. Second thing is in a visual is in the most important thing that footages has to be shortened and been selected clips have been added into an, video timelines. Product assets for TVs like logos, text has to be added in assembling sections. Audio assets like voiceover guides, musics, SFX, and mix are being made in assembly sections. Rough cuts is nothing but cutting down the clips and avoid of unwanted clips. Shorting the footages such as transcoding footages, raw footages, existing footages primarily to record editing purposes. Rough cuts have been made to avoid an unwanted clips we use for rough cuts. And the next step is we going to see is online edit. In online edit we do and finalize editings like color grading, AV synchronizing, and adding of special effects like proofreading, translations, subtitles, and rendering and converting the files from online to a final product. After completing this all the way assembling process and edit rough cuts and online edit, we should preview the entire project from starts to end to clear that there are a mismatch or avoid of unwanted stuffs. We need to preview it. After previewing it, we should revision and edits. Like sometimes we may miss some special moments or we add some special effects. To avoid this, we should revise and re-edit and clips for where we need to do. And after revision, we are finally at the process of rendering. Rendering is in a process that we use to render in a file like especially for mp4 is in a format everyone uses, and some other things we render into an hd quality. Finally we are ending up with editing, and we should be in a more think in selection of aspect ratios. There are many different ratios for film, television. Ratios have been different. Like example, 4:3 and 16:9 is in a standard ratios used in televisions and films. And finally we are at end up with editing, and next process is uploading. There are many digital platforms are there to upload our videos. We should be done. That's all for today. We are end up with this class. Thank you.